So awesome. So I'm glad to have you guys. Yes, this is live. We are completely live right now. Oh man, you guys are going nuts. This is exciting. So I'm here with a bunch of my fellow funnel hackers, it sounds like. People who love ClickFunnels are excited about it, and I'm excited as well. As we mentioned during the email campaigns, this is a webinar that I've had a chance to give all around the world. I've given this presentation in London. I've given it all around the country, a bunch of different places. I've given it in Australia. I've shared this message with the world, and it's been my passion and my message for the last 2 years. But after today, after this weekend, we're doing a special kind of weekend promotion. After that, this webinar is going to be retired. It's going to be gone. We're not going to be sharing it anymore. So this is kind of the last time I have a chance to really share this concept of funnel hacking. And so I'm glad to have you guys here. And I hope you get a ton of value out of it. Make sure you're taking notes. Make sure you're writing things down, and make sure you're thinking about how this relates to your business, because all of our businesses are different, obviously. And I want to make sure that you get the maximum amount of value from the time we have to spend together today, which is going to be cool. Yes, everyone keeps asking, Sam, yes, this is a live webinar. We made sure, we're trying to record this. Last time I did recording, the webinar crashed, and so it may or may not be recorded. But you guys are here today, so we'll be hanging out, and I'm excited to kind of dive into this. So just kind of a backstory. I'm curious, if you guys are online, how many of you guys are current active ClickFunnels members right now and you're obsessed with ClickFunnels? If you are one of our funnel hackers, let me know over here in the box. Say, Russell, I am a funnel hacker. I'm all in. Okay. I'm obsessed. Me. Someone said, no, I'm not yet. I'm still on lead pages. Okay, don't worry, we will save you today. That is the plan. All right, we got a ton of funnel hackers. People saying they're obsessed. Funnel hacker for life. This is so exciting. Oh, cool. So I appreciate that. And how many of you guys don't know what ClickFunnels yet is? Don't know what funnels are? You're kind of new to this and you're like, what in the world? Why is Russell so excited? Why is everybody so excited? Why are we having this party today? How many of you guys are kind of in there? So that I'm a funnel virgin, okay? All right, you got some new people, we got some brand new funnel hackers. I'm new, but I'm already obsessed, says Catherine. That is awesome. Oh, so exciting. All right, cool. All right. I wish you guys could read all the comments. They're flying in. We got so many people on right now. All right, with that said, like I said, we're maxed out, so nobody else trying to get in can get online. So if you're on, don't lose your seat, you guys. Make sure you're paying attention. What I recommend doing, I know there's a lot of distractions in the world. You got people like me always sending you Facebook Lives and Skypes and Snapchats and Twitters and Periscopes, all sorts of stuff. So I need to ask you, take your phone, put it on mute, set it aside. Take Skype, turn it down, turn it off, shut Facebook. Facebook will destroy your business and your life if you're not focusing right now. I need all your attention because I'm going to be giving you all my attention, and it's just fair that we kind of have a mutual agreement there. You guys cool with that? All right. So if you're okay with that and you guys shut everything down, I'm here to kind of share with you guys. So the title of this presentation, I'm curious, how many of you guys have been on this presentation before? Ever heard me share some of this stuff before? Someone said, what if I'm watching my phone? If you're watching your phone, that's kind of good. All right, we get some yeses and some nos. All right, someone's at work sneaking this in. Awesome, I love it. Cool, well, the title of this presentation is My Weird Niche Funnel. It's currently making me $17,947 per day, which is kind of cool, right, on one side of it. But that doesn't really matter for you. What I really want to share today is the opposite side of that, which is how you can ethically knock off that funnel or any funnel in less than 10 minutes. And that's really the message of funnel hacking, what I want to kind of share with you guys here today. Now, people are asking me about this funnel. I do not have this funnel anymore. We sold it a couple years ago. And so it's not my website anymore, but the concepts are the same, whether it's a supplement you're doing, whether it's a book, whether you're a consultant, it doesn't really matter. This process and the concept's the same. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through this and hopefully give you guys some really good ideas and get you as fired up as I am. Now, a couple of things. After you learn this process, you will be able to use these powers for evil. So I need you guys all to make me a promise, and I'm not going to move on until I get 1,000 promises here in the question box. Promise me that you will not use these powers for evil. Do you promise me? All right, we got promises. Okay, you guys promise. Now, I'm kind of joking, but at the same time, I'm being serious. ClickFunnels is a powerful tool, and we understand funnel hacking becomes even more powerful. You could literally look at any of my funnels, any of my friends' funnels, any of the successful funnels out there, and you could literally knock them off. And that's not what we're talking about. The goal is not to copy. That is illegal and unethical, and I do not agree with that at all. In fact, I would probably say I'm the most funnel hacked person on planet Earth. I don't think there's been more people copying my stuff than anyone else. And I'm okay with it personally, as long as you don't steal headlines and images. That drives me crazy. And you got to make your own copy. But the reality is, when you understand the process, there's a legal and an ethical and a cool way to do it, where you're taking ideas, and that's what we're going to be talking about today. So as long as you promise not to use powers for evil, I will share with you everything. I will not hold anything back. All right, now quick earnings disclaimer as well. This is my lawyer. He also plays on TV. They always make me say this at the beginning. First off, by watching this presentation, I promise you that you are not going to start making $17,947 per day. That is not the goal of this class. I think you guys are all smart enough to understand that. In fact, when I got started online, that wasn't my goal at all. And in fact, when I first got started, I was like a lot of you guys probably. I didn't have anything going on. At the time I was wrestling at Boise State University. My wife had a job, and I knew we had a house payment, a car payment. I was like, if I can just sell something online that would cover my monthly fees, like that would change everything for me. And I remember our house payment was $475 a month, and our car payment was $300. And I was thinking, if I can make $1,000 a month, those two bills would disappear. And then the money my wife was making while I was wrestling, we could use to like go on dates and stuff. And I was really excited. So that was my goal, $1,000 a month. And so I went out there and I started studying and learning internet marketing, just like a lot of you guys are doing now. And I wanted to understand it. And I remember I was listening in on a teleseminar. This is pre-webinars. And on this teleseminar, this guy was talking about how he was an internet millionaire. And I remember just hearing that and thinking, man, that is so cool. Like, I want to be a millionaire. And I remember even sitting down when I was listening, writing a piece of paper, I wrote down on the top of it, I want to be a millionaire. And then, like often happens after I heard that, then the doubts started flooding in my mind. I was like, okay, first off, I'm not that smart, barely graduating college. I'm a wrestler, for crying out loud, and I love the wrestlers, but we're not the smartest, group of people in the world sometimes. I was like, I don't have the talents or the abilities, but I knew that I had this desire. I was like, well, maybe, like, what if I could? Like, let's just pretend, for example, that I don't know about my own weaknesses that are in my head, right? Like, what if I actually could do that? Like, what would that look like? And I started doing the math. I remember writing down on a piece of paper $1 million, and I got my calculator out, and I was like, how much do I have to make a day to make $1 million? And I did the math. How many of you guys know the magic number? If you divide 1 million by 365, this is, by the way, my favorite number. We should make a t-shirt with this number on it. Anyone know off the top of your head what that number is? First person to post it in the chat here gets a gold star. Uh-oh, no one's posting it. I guess the gold star is going to me. Ben was wrong. Everyone's guesses are wrong. Oh, we got someone who's close, but they missed the pennies. All right. If you do the math on that, you take $1 million divided by 365, it's $2,739.73. If you make that much every day for a year, you are a millionaire. I remember looking at that number thinking, okay, $1 million seems impossible, but that number, like, it's a big number. That was more than I was making a year at the time. But I was like, if I could, like, what if I made a little website and I got to make 10 or 20 bucks a day? And what if I made a second one and a third one, and eventually I had 10 or 20 of them? Like, someday I could get to the point where my little websites were making me $2,739.73 a day. And so that became my goal. How do I create cool funnels with cool little websites that get me to that goal? And so I started going out and creating things. And if you look at my business right now, we currently have 27 active sales funnels. And all these funnels are making anywhere from, on the low end, some make only about 20 bucks a day. To the high end, we've got some that make $17,947 a day. We have other ones now today that actually make a lot more than that. But that's kind of how I look at this. And so again, my goal is for you not to make that much, to make you $17,000 per day. My goal is for you to understand this process, learn it, start creating funnels, creating websites that can make you money. And then from there, the sky really is the limit. And so that's kind of the goal. So again, a couple of my goals for this thing, for this training. First off, how many of you guys already have a business? I'm curious. If you already have a business, say, yes, I have a business. All right, cool. So if you already have a business, I'm going to show you how this funnel hacking process can take whatever business or idea you already have and take it to the next level. Okay, I've had friends who have 6-figure businesses who take them to 7 to 8 and beyond. Okay, so you already have a business, that's the goal. Now, how many of you guys don't have a business yet? You're in the startup phase. If you're in a startup phase, come here and say, I'm a startup. I love my startup family. A lot of funnel hackers startups. Okay, cool. A lot of you guys are doing startups. Awesome. Okay, so if you're a startup, I'm going to show you guys how to save like the next 10 years of your life of trial and error and how to shortcut that process. This funnel hacks process, when you understand it, will dramatically shortcut your success. That's our goal, and that's kind of what you can expect from this. Okay. Now, how many of you guys know what a funnel is? I used to assume everyone did, and I realized recently that most people actually don't. So if you know what a funnel is, say yes. If you're not sure, say I don't know, or I'm kind of sure. We got some yeses, some no's, we got some whoops. So we just learned, kind of sure. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna spend 10 seconds to explain what a funnel is. And then from there, we're gonna dive into this just to make sure we're all on the same page. So a funnel is the future. Okay, if y'all remember 10 years ago when the internet started being popular and everyone's like, you need a website. And first people are like, well, what's a website? Why do I need a website? And people are like, you don't understand, you have to have one. And eventually everyone started believing like, yes, I have to have a website. And today everyone's got a website, right? That's kind of what's happening now. Like the website I look at like cassette tapes, right? Like they were the thing. But now you fast forward and we're past CDs now. Like we're into MP3 players and iPhones, and funnels really are the future. And right now, there's still people don't understand what a funnel is, but I believe in 5 or 6 years from now, everyone will know what a funnel is because it's replacing the website, and it's really, really powerful. Now, I'm going to show you kind of a cool story behind that. This right here is my very first website, howtomakeapotatogun.com. This is a picture of me. You can see that's Nate, my buddy, but on the right-hand side, there's me with my shaved head. And this is us going through college. So I was first learning internet marketing, again, about 13 years ago. I was in school, and they told me, like, create an information product on something you're passionate about. And I was wrestling at the time. I was doing a bunch of stuff. And then one day, my buddy Nate was like, hey, we should go make potato gun. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, we live in Idaho. You don't know what a potato gun is? I'm like, no, but it sounds fun. So he took me and went to Home Depot. And we bought the pipes. We bought the glue. We ended up making these potato guns and had a weekend of fun with them. And afterwards, I got back home. I got back to school, and I started, I was doing my research to figure out what market I wanted to be in and stuff. And I remember searching about potato guns, and I found out that same week, the same month that I created my potato guns, there were 18,000 other people that had searched for potato gun plans, and nobody was selling a product on it. And I thought, what if I just made a product on how to make potato guns? And so I went out there, I recorded a DVD with Nate, we recorded it, put it up there, we launched it, and we started selling this DVD. And it was my very first website that was making money, and it was awesome. And for a college kid like me, I was spending about $10 a day in Google ads, and I would sell like 1 or 2 DVDs a day. So I was making 20 to 40 bucks a day, and it was like an ATM machine. And I was like the coolest rich kid in college, because I was making 40 bucks a day, and I had this like secret little thing, right? And it was awesome, and it was making me a bunch of money, and it worked for a long time. And then what happened is Google changed something. I don't know what it was, but they changed their algorithm or they changed their something. But all of a sudden, like I was spending $10 a day and I no longer was making 40. It would take me 5 or 6 or 7 days to make one sale. And suddenly my little business just disappeared overnight. I remember thinking, because that time is when like all the dot-com bubbles were bursting or whatever. I remember thinking, I guess that's what they mean. My dot-com bubble burst. I was like, oh crap, I got to start paying attention in school and figure out what I'm going to be when I grow up now. Because I was banking on this whole potato gun thing, right? And I was all frustrated. And I was like, oh, there's got to be a way. And I was trying a bunch of different things and nothing worked for me. And then I had one of my friends came up to me and said, and he had a similar business to me. He was selling little products like this. And he said, Russell, he's like, none of my businesses were making me money. They all kind of shut down. I'm like, I know that's the phase I'm in right now too. And he said, I figured out a way to make it all work. And I said, really? Like, what happened? He said, you know, you go to McDonald's and you order a Big Mac, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what do they ask you? And I was like, do you want fries with that? He's like, yep. He's like, it's an upsell. He said, I went back to all my little websites that are no longer making money, and I started adding upsells. And he called them OTOs, one-time offers. He said, I started adding these upsells. And he said, what happened? About 20% of the people who bought the first product started buying my upsells. And he said, my upsells usually, a lot more expensive than my front. And he said, when I started doing that, it literally doubled my business. Now all my websites work again. I was like, are you kidding me? So I started looking back at my little websites that were dead. I said, okay, I need to add upsells so I can become profitable. So I went back and I started adding upsells. We found a guy in northern Idaho who drop shipped potato guns. And people who bought my potato gun DVD, we started upselling them actual potato gun kits. And sure enough, just like he said, we were getting about 20 to 30% of the people who bought my DVD then to come over here and buy the actual potato gun kit, which was insane. And all of a sudden, it started working again. I was spending the same $10 a day in Google, but instead of losing money, I started making money because these upsells came in as pure profit. And suddenly my business changed. And that was the first time I'd ever seen or even heard of a funnel, was taking somebody through an actual sales process. And it changed my whole life, and I became obsessed with this concept of funnels. In fact, a couple years later, we were trying a whole bunch of different types of funnels and ways to do things. And some of you guys may remember this if you've been following me for a long time. About 5 or 6 years ago, we came up with an idea called a continuity funnel, a micro continuity funnel. We set it up, and it was just a new way to lay out your funnels. And we did that. We launched it, and like overnight, we made so much money with micro continuity funnels. We started training other people on them. We had thousands of entrepreneurs who use this type of funnel to have success. Okay, so when you understand like a type of funnel, it becomes really easy to take that and implement it into your business. One good example of that, some of you guys, I'm sure today you've all heard of what an evergreen webinar is, right? This webinar you're on right now, we're live, so this is not an evergreen one, but this concept of evergreen webinars was a new thing. Nobody ever heard of it, and one of my friends had created one of the first ones, and he launched it and was making a bunch of money, and he showed me, he said, Russell, he called me, he's like, Russell, I figured out a new funnel. And so anytime someone says that, my ears perk up. I'm like, really, what is it? He's like, well, you do webinars, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, I started doing automated webinars. I was like, what does that mean? He said, let me show it to you. So he showed me this sales funnel. And there was a registration page, a confirmation page, a webinar, there's replays. They had all these email sequences based on what happens in the webinar, people who subscribe, people who show up but they leave early, and had all these different things. And he showed it to me, and I was like, that is the most brilliant thing in the world. And I said, do you mind if I model that? Like, I have a webinar, I want to try this process out that you've perfected. He said, sure, go for it. So I modeled his evergreen webinar funnel as close as I could. We launched it. Within the first 90 days of me launching that webinar, we made over $1 million. And I didn't do a single webinar. I was sitting at home, and it all happened through this funnel. Is that crazy? I'm not telling you that, I don't want you thinking like if you launch an automated webinar funnel, you're gonna make $1 million. No, that worked for me because I had a really good webinar, I had traffic, I had a lot of things going for me. But what I do want you to understand is that when you learn about a funnel type, and you understand how it works, you can funnel hack that and you can model it and you can dramatically speed up your success, okay? And that's the power of this whole funnel hacking process. So for me, as you can probably tell, I got excited and then became obsessed, and I started just looking at what everyone was doing and modeling it, and we started launching tons of businesses with funnels and had so much fun. And so after doing this for more than 10 years, you guys, I've discovered the hard way that because of all the tools and the training, what we're going to show you guys today, you have a chance to just cheat and get it the easy way. So I'm curious, how many guys would rather kind of all the headache and the heartache and just go about it the easy way? If you want the easy way, come over to the chat box and say, Russell, I want the easy way. If you guys want it easy, all right. All right, Don wants easy. Klaus, David, Kaylin, Deborah. All right, 1,000 people. I want the easy way. You know what's crazy? We're still over 1,000 people. That means nobody's dropped off. So good for you guys for hanging out with us. Stevenson wants the easy way, or the Russell way, yes. The easy way or the Russell way. Cool, that's what we're gonna do today. So first thing I wanna do is I wanna show you guys the hard way so you can understand the pain that I've had to go through for the last 10 years before ClickFunnels came about. Because if you understand this, it'll make you appreciate what I'm gonna share with you guys today so much more. So this right here is a picture of the supplement funnel I talked about earlier from our old supplement company. You guys see the funnel there? There's a picture of it on the wall here in my old office. So one day I thought it'd be fun to take pictures of all the pages and blow them up on the wall so we could see them. So I taped them up on the wall there, and that's what they look like. Okay. Now, if you look at that, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, those 8 pages at its peak was averaging about $17,000 per day. Is that crazy? Just 8 pages. So you look at that, you're thinking, oh, that's got to be really easy, Russell, right? It's just some pages on a website with some words on it and some videos. Like, I can do that really easy, right? But I want to walk you through what we had to do back then to make these things work. So the first step is we had to design the funnel, which for me, that's my favorite part. I get the strategy behind what's first and what's the upsell is going to be and where are we going to go. So that's step number 1. Step number 2 is I had to get somebody to write the copy. Now, this supplement was helping people with diabetic neuropathy, and I didn't even know what that was at the time, so I didn't want to write the sales letter for it. So I hired a really good copywriter, one of my friends, and I paid him $20,000 to write all the sales letters and sales videos and headlines, all the copy, email sequences, everything for this funnel. And it cost me $20,000, so that was my most expensive cost. But then, excuse me, when he was done with that, then I had to go and take these sales letters and I had to get them designed to make them look nice. So my designer took the sales letters, put all the pictures and the images, made them look awesome. And the designer cost me $3,000. Then the designer gives me Photoshop files. So then I had to get a web designer to take the Photoshop files, to slice them up and actually get them onto a website. So then they were on the internet, but they didn't actually work. Nobody could buy anything. There was no shopping cart. So then I had to get a programmer to go hook up a shopping cart and autoresponders and all those kind of things. Then we had an analytics person set up split test. And then, so basically my upfront cost to create this one funnel right here was $29,000. Okay, and that was average. Usually we would launch one funnel a quarter and we'd budget about $30,000 for each funnel. So that was kind of like the average cost to create one of these things. Is that crazy? But the worst thing for me was not so much the $29,000 up front. The worst thing for me is that I had already ordered the supplement. It was sitting in a warehouse gathering dust, waiting for me to figure out how in the world I could actually sell it. Okay, we had to wait 8 weeks to create this entire process. That's how long it took. Okay, so that was the hard way, guys. That's how people like me, the pioneers who've been doing this for a decade, how we've had to do it over and over and over again. We were able to do one funnel a quarter, and this is the cost and the time it took to create one and get it out and launched. Is that crazy? Okay, so that's the hard way. So don't worry, don't watch this and be like, oh, never mind, Russell, I'm stressed that I'm going to leave. That's the hard way. I'm going to show you guys the easy way because there is a better way and there's an easier way, and it's through this funnel hacks process I'm going to share with you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do is these are the 3 things we're going to be covering during today's training. If you guys have a pad of paper out, write these down. So the 3 secrets of funnel hacking. Secret number 1, I'm going to show you guys how to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. How many guys, I'm curious, want to learn that one? Okay, all right. If you don't want to hear this, I already know this stuff. I can just skip number 1 if you guys don't want it. All I need you guys to participate. We got 1,000 people. I need this thing to blow up. Okay, now it's blowing up. All right. You are intrigued, I heard. Okay, cool. So I will share that with you. Secret number one, I'm sure to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. All right, secret number two now is what I call funnel cloning. So after you have ethically stolen the funnel hacks from your competitors, I'm now going to show you how to clone their proven funnel inside of ClickFunnels in less than 10 minutes. And the third thing people always tell me, Russell, I got this funnel. It's awesome, but nobody is coming. How do I get people to actually show up in my funnel? So secret number three, I'm going to show you as my number one traffic hack. I'm going to show you how to get the exact same customers who are currently going to your competitors' funnels, start coming to your funnels instead. How many of you guys want to learn the traffic piece of the funnel game? All right, you guys are going crazy for traffic. Show me the money. Help me help you. All right, you guys are as excited as I am. This is awesome. All right. Okay, are you really going to teach us all this today? Yes, I'm covering all this today. So let's jump right in. All right, secret number one, funnel hacking, how to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. Now, first thing you got to understand, this is a concept I learned initially from Tony Robbins. Tony said, if you want to achieve success, all you need to do is find a way to model those who've already succeeded. Okay, it makes perfect sense, right? I started thinking about my life, like things I had success with. So as I mentioned earlier, when I was growing up, I was a wrestler. I wrestled in high school. I wrestled in college. And what's interesting, when I was in high school, I was really bad. Like I wasn't like not good. I was bad. And I remember my dad took me to the state tournament my first year, and I remember seeing two guys on my high school team win the state title. And my dad recorded their matches on his big old camcorder back in the day. And so then that summer we went home and we would watch those matches every single day. My dad would teach me. He'd say, okay, this is the move he used, and I would practice that. And then he showed me the next one. So all summer long I was practicing these moves that I saw the state champions doing. And then I came back the next year, and I started wrestling, and I became good. In fact, I became a state champion. I became All-American. I took second place in the country. I got a wrestling scholarship to a Division I school and became one of the top 10 wrestlers in the country. Okay, and it wasn't because I was super talented, it's because I did this. I found those who were already successful, and I modeled them. The same thing was true with me when I was in business. When I was going to school, I was selling potato guns for crying out loud. I was not a business major. I didn't understand business, but I saw other people having success, and I looked at what they were doing, and I modeled their successes. And with that, by doing that, I went from my senior year in college, I made $250,000. Like, what's that? 5 times more than my professors were making. Within a year of graduating from college, I'd made over $1 million. Okay, it wasn't me being a business major or understanding business even. It was understanding this. Find people who are successful and model them. The same thing is true with sales funnels. A lot of times people think we have to create these things from scratch, and you don't. There's people like me who've been doing this for 10 plus years who have figured out how these things work. You just got to find successful funnels and you got to model them, okay? Now, every time I share this, it's funny, somebody always comes up to me like, well, Russell, that's cool and all, but I'm kind of creative and I figured out a better way to do it. And they always have like their spin they want to put on things. And it always makes me laugh when I think about this quote right here. It says, you can always tell who the pioneers are because they have arrows in their back and they're lying face down in the dirt. Okay, you think about it, it's true, right? I think the first time I really understood this, I was sitting at a Dan Kennedy event, and it was probably 1,000 people in the room. I was like the little tiny kid in the back row, like sitting there, like listening. And there was this guy on stage. His name is Porter Stansberry, and Porter works for a company called Agora Publishing. Any of you guys have heard of Agora before? Agora sells financial newsletters. They make close to 1 billion financial newsletters, which is crazy. And Porter runs the biggest division there. It's called Stansberry Research. And so Porter's on stage talking, and he's showing everybody a sales funnel. And I remember, I'm like, I can't believe he's showing me this. Like, this is the coolest thing in the world. And he's showing everything. He's talking really fast, and all of a sudden he stops. He says, you know what's interesting? He said, every single year, we get people who see how much money we're making at Agora and they want to compete with us. So they come in, the first thing they all do, they look at our pricing structure and they try to undercut us in pricing. And then they can't make the metrics work. So they try to charge more and they try to sell a different way and they try all sorts of things. He said, don't you understand? So we're Agora Publishing. We literally have a room with 100 people who all they do all day long is split test and write copy. Okay, like we have the best team in the world. He said, if you want to compete with Agora, you can't try to compete with us head to head because you will lose. You have to copy us. And I remember thinking about that. Wow, he's right. Why would I go try to reinvent the wheel? They figured out what works, what price points, what the funnel structure, like how people want to be sold. Like they figured everything out. Why would I try to reinvent the wheel? I just need to go to where they're at right now, look at their sales funnel, and start from there. Okay, they're thinking how many arrows they got in their back to get to the point where they're at right now. Let me start where they are and then move forward from there. Okay, and that was my big aha. When I understood that, it changed everything for me. Okay, and so what we need to do, and walking this process, we need to find someone who's already successful to funnel hack. Now, I'm guessing if you already kind of know what your business is, or you kind of know where you want to go, you probably have some ideas of people you could funnel hack. And I'll show you some ways we can find some. But let's just assume we found someone we want to funnel hack. Okay, so when I launched our supplement for diabetic neuropathy, I'd never been in that market before. I didn't know anyone was in there, so I tried to find someone who was selling a supplement in that market. And I ended up finding this company right here, Neuropathy Support Formula. And I went to their funnel. I was like, man, this page is ugly. I was like, this is one of the ugliest pages I've ever seen. It has this purple everything, and I was like, And so at first I was like, well, I'm Russell. I'm the smart marketing guy. I'm gonna go and do something way better. And luckily for me, I stopped and said, you know what? Like maybe these guys know something I don't know. Maybe they've got some arrows in the back. I did some research, and I found out at the time they're making about $100,000 a month with the supplements. I'm like, they're having success. So maybe they know something. So I'm just gonna take my pride and hang it up on the wall, and I'm gonna model them for our first test. And so we modeled their process. Now, this is what our very first version of the page came out to look like. Now notice I didn't copy anything, right? I modeled the layout, modeled the process. Like they had a logo on the left-hand, top left-hand, I had a logo. They had a phone number, I had a phone number. They had a long-form sales letter, I had a long-form sales letter. They had a picture of the bottle, I had a picture of my bottle. So we modeled the look and the feel and the layout because they had proven that worked. And so we took this, we launched it, and within a very short period of time, this little supplement business we launched it got to the point where it was making about $20,000 a month, which is pretty cool. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But then I want to figure out like, well, what else are these guys doing? Like how, like they're doing more than me. Like what are they doing? And so I did something that all successful entrepreneurs have to become good at doing. I pulled my wallet out of my pocket. I opened it up. I pulled a credit card out and I bought their product. Okay, we know what's happening on the outside of this page so I can see it, but there's something happening behind the scenes. The rest of the funnel is not visible to my eye unless I become a buyer. So I need to buy their product. So I bought their product, and unfortunately for them, they didn't really have any upsells or downsells. It just kind of ended. I was like, dang. I'm like, there's got to be someone in this market who's a sophisticated marketer who understands how this works. And so I went back and I started doing some more research, and eventually I found this guy and became friends with him later. But he had a supplement, and they were doing about $3 million a month with their supplement, and I knew that they knew what they were doing. So I went through and I looked at their website, and this is what it looked like. I was like, this page is also kind of ugly, but the headline had a video, and the video's done. They had the cart button open up. You click on that, it took you to an order form. And then on the order form, they had this really weird pricing strategy. They're selling 1, 3, or 4 bottles, and they had this big long form. I was like, that's kind of weird, but okay. And then I did what every good entrepreneur has to become good at doing. I pulled my credit card out of my wallet and I bought it. Then after I bought it, I was taking the next page, and then this is the weirdest thing to me. I just purchased 4 bottles from them, and they upsold 6 more bottles of the exact same supplement. And I remember looking at that first thinking like, are these guys crazy? Like, do they think I'm a drug addict? Do I really need more Marine D3? Like, that's a lot of pills. And then I started thinking, you're like, man, these guys, like, again, me being prideful, I'm like, man, I know more about marketing than these guys. I'm gonna do a different upsell. And then luckily I was like, you know what, maybe they've got some arrows in their back. Maybe I'm going to trust that these guys who are doing $3 million a month selling supplements, I'm only doing $20,000. Maybe they know more than I do. So I slept back and looked at the rest of their funnel, and there it is, you guys. Those 5 pages at their prime are doing about $3 million a month. Isn't that crazy? So what I did, I looked at that thing and said, okay, that's the process we're going to model. So we went back to the drawing board on us, and I sketched out, this is what ours needs to look like. We need to have a video, we have 1 bottle, 3 bottles, 4 bottles, then we're going to have upsells, and I kind of modeled it out. So we drew a blueprint, and then this right here became my business model. There it is. People always want to give you these huge, like 50-page business models of what they're going to do. Like, this is all I need for a business model. What's the funnel look like that's already proven to work? I want to see the sketch of it. Boom, now I know what it is. Now I need to go create that. So we logged into ClickFunnels. We started building the funnel. So we made a page like theirs. They had a video. We had a video. We had an order form. We modeled the order form. We modeled the price points. Then upsell 6 more bottles. We upsold 6 more bottles. We put in 2 more upsells. So I modeled the look and the feel and the layout and the process as close as I could. Now notice, I didn't copy anything else. I didn't copy the headlines or the videos, or those things are all mine. Those things are all copyrightable. I don't steal those things. That's illegal and unethical. But I modeled the process. Okay, someone like me who tests insane amounts of things, I know that the process is like 90% of it. So you model the process, and then you create your own copy, your own creative that you plug inside of the process. Does that make sense? But I modeled the look, the feel, the layout, the pricing strategy, all those kind of things, and we launched it. And my little supplement company was making about $20,000 a month. Got to the point where it was making them almost $20,000 a day. Okay, you guys getting this? Do you see how this whole process is working? Apparently you guys are, because nobody's dropped off the webinar yet. We're still over 100,000 people, so awesome. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about, guys. That is the process of funnel hacking. Now, my total investment to learn all of that was $100. How many millions of dollars do you think that those guys spent trying to get to the point where they have this funnel that worked? I can just go funnel hack them, buy their product, and look at it and start from that point. Like that should shave literally months, years, decades off of your learning curve, you guys. Because you don't have to go through the 12 years, 13 years now of stress and headaches I had to go through to figure out how to sell my products and my services. You can look at my funnels now and be like, wow, Russell figured out this is the way to structure a book offer. This is the way to structure a webinar offer. This is the way to structure supplements because we've done it. And you can just model that. Does this make sense, you guys? You getting fired up, I hope? All right. Now, I want to show you guys an example. So this is Drew Canoli. He owns a bunch of cool companies. And I met him initially, and he had me come out and work with them and their team. And they were launching a new supplement called Organifi. And so I just showed them my funnel. We funnel hacked myself. I showed them all the stuff. They launched their funnel. I want you to hear in their own words kind of what happened afterwards. So next page is a video here. And obviously we're streaming through GoToWebinar. We got 1,000 people online, so it's probably gonna be choppy, not gonna be able to see it that well. But I want you to listen to the words. It's a very short video, but it'll help you understand and see why this process of funnel hacking is so powerful. So real quick backstory, I had a chance to go out and spend a little while with these guys in their company, and they were about to launch a new supplement, and they're like, hey, look at our funnel, what should we do? And I was like, just copy mine. It works really, really good. So I'd love for you to kind of talk about what happened when you guys did your funnel and then some of the results that have happened since then.
Yeah, I'd like to re-emphasize his point about just cloning and copying and modeling what works. So we are a digital product company. We have information products, coaching products, and we were doing about $1 million a year. And I managed all the sales funnels and sales optimization, and we were gonna come out with a physical product line. And we're like, who's done this before? Who's been really successful? We reached out to Russell. He helped us model exactly NerdSell. Actually, it's funny because I'm looking at what you modeled, and I had the exact same reaction. The first upsell that we have in place is more of the same thing that they just bought. And we were like, well, that doesn't make any sense. So we sold them a bottle of our new product called Organifi. Our first one-time offer was 3 more bottles after they already bought that. And the take rate was like 20 or 30%. Then we thought, Russell actually mentioned, we should implement subscription on everything. So we had 3 options. We modeled exactly Russell's first sales page. 1 bottle, 3 bottles, 4 bottles. Modeled his pricing, 47, 129, 149, exactly the same. Sorry for stealing everything, but it works.
I love it. It's still away.
Yeah. And then once we implemented all the pieces, in actually like a week, which is crazy, we matched his results. We're doing, am I allowed to say the numbers or? Yeah.
I hope so. I want to hear them.
Yeah.
Who wants to hear his numbers?
Yeah.
I want to hear his numbers. Let's hear them.
So the first day that we opened up the gates, we did 12,000 in sales. The second day we did 34,000. The third day we did 36,000. And that was just, opening the gates. And every single day after that, we've done around 15 to 20,000 because of the way that the funnels are structured. So it's really exciting. And we owe a lot to Russell. I mean, he came out, he helped us with our funnels. He broke down everything we were doing wrong, everything we were doing right, and showed us exactly what they did. And we just copied it, and it works. So
that's awesome. Give him a round of applause.
So thank you, Russell. Yeah.
All right, so you guys get in this process. How many guys are fired up? All right, very, very cool. So I always get this question whenever I share this. People are like, Russell, that's really, really cool, but I'm not selling supplements. What should I do? And so I want you to understand, this does work for supplement funnels, but it also works for coaching funnels, for info product funnels, for e-commerce funnels, for network marketing funnels, for affiliate funnels, funnels for real businesses. It works for all types of funnels and all types of businesses. For example, how many of you guys right here have a book? You've written a book, or you want to write a book, or you got some kind of information product? I'm curious. All right, we got a lot of authors out there, a lot of info product people. Cool. So if you've written a book or you want to write a book, you may want to funnel hack my info product, Book Funnels. Okay, this book funnel to this day still sells over 5,000 copies of my book every single month. Okay, it works. It makes us a ton of money, and it's awesome. In fact, recently Tony Robbins found out about my book funnel. So guess what I did? Went out, flew out with him, hung out with the man, the myth, the legend. We built a book funnel for him, and guess what it looked like? It looked like my book funnel. Guess why? My book funnel works. We just modeled it. We plugged in Tony into my book funnel, his copy, his videos, his words, his books, his upsells, things like that. But then we launched it, and it worked. It became a multiple-time New York Times bestselling author and just crushed it, as you know, because Tony Robbins is pretty much the man. So it worked for Tony. We've done it with Dave Asprey. We've done it with a whole bunch of other people. Like any book, you can plug in that book funnel, and it'll work. Okay, so that's the first thing to understand. Now, how many of you guys are either coaches or you'd like to become a coach. You can be a health coach, a fitness coach, a life coach, any kind of coach. How many coaches do we have on the line? All right, we got some coaches. We got a lot of coaches. How many of you guys want to be a coach? Like, that'd be the coolest thing in the world. All right, so if you're a coach or you want to be a coach, this is my coaching funnel. So you guys may have heard about it before. It works amazingly well. Right now, my coaching program has 100 entrepreneurs a year, pay me $25,000 a year to be in it. It's $2.5 million a year make from our coaching funnel. And right now, it's been maxed out. We have no more room or more opening. People can't even get in if they wanted to right now. And it's all through this book funnel. I spent 2 years testing and tweaking everything on this funnel, and it works amazing. So if you're selling coaching or you'd like to, you probably should funnel hack one of my coaching funnels because it works very, very, very well. How many of you guys are selling e-commerce products? You got stuff on Amazon or Shopify or Etsy, and you're trying to figure out how in the world to actually make money with these things. Okay, it's difficult. In fact, we saw the other day on Shopify, there's an article on Shopify that says all Shopify customers need a sales funnel first. And then it said you should use ClickFunnels to build a sales funnel to get customers, then you can send them to your Shopify store. Shopify.com says that on their in their blogs. Okay, like it doesn't, like, this is one of the biggest things. Like, we have more Amazon people coming right now, more Shopify people coming to us than any other segment, because they're understanding that it's difficult to sell your products to a traditional e-commerce website. You need a funnel. Okay, so this is an example of my e-commerce funnels. We sell this really cool thing called Vigon, but if you want to sell e-commerce things, it works as well. Find e-commerce funnels and funnel hack them. How many of you guys are network marketing? Okay, are you sick and tired of talking to your friends and your family about signing up? What if you could create a network marketing funnel? Okay, a lot of people know this. I was actually the #1 money earner in 2 different network marketing companies at the same time. One of them gave me a Ferrari, and so everyone found out I was in it. And then people started asking me network marketing questions all day long. But all I did is through a funnel. I never talked to a friend, a family member. I built a funnel. We drove traffic and became the #1 money earner in 2 different companies at the exact same time. How many of you guys have real businesses? You could be a chiropractor, a dentist, a financial planner. I put real in quotation marks because all my buddies who have real businesses always say, well, Russell, that sounds cool for you, but I got a real business. How does this work for me? So this is my buddy Chad Woolner. He's a chiropractor here in Boise, and one of my favorite people in the world. And he asked me that, and I said, well, right now in your practice, you have funnels. You get people in through some other funnels. How do we just replicate those online through an online funnel? And so we looked at his offline model. We built it out online. He started driving Facebook ads, and this funnel right here gets him new customers every single day of the week. Okay, so it works for real businesses as well. So next question, a ton of you guys are already asking is, Russell, where do I find a good funnel? And how do I know that they're actually making money? Okay, the worst thing possible is to go funnel hack someone and then find out later that they're broke, right? So how do you find a good funnel? How do you know if they're actually making any money? So a couple tricks. First thing, have you guys heard of ClickBank.com? ClickBank is one of our partner companies here in Boise, Idaho as well. And the cool thing about ClickBank is they have over 100,000 successful sales funnels in their marketplace. Now, they're all digital funnels. There's a couple supplement funnels now popping up in there as well. In fact, Organifi is sold through there. But they have over 100,000 successful sales funnels, selling everything from weight loss to dieting to gardening to supplements, like all the way, everything in between. In fact, this is one of my buddies' products. He teaches people how to build chicken coops, and he has a sales funnel for that inside of ClickBank. And at first I thought it was a joke, and I was like, dude, people really buy that? He's like, oh yeah, and he showed me that funnel. That funnel's making him over $12,000 a month when I saw it a couple years ago. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I had no idea that was the market, but it is. And that funnel as well as over 100,000 other all inside the ClickBank marketplace. So if you want to see these funnels, go to clickbank.com. At the very top, there's a button that says Marketplace. I think it changed it to Affiliate Marketplace. Click on that button and it takes you inside and shows you all these funnels. And the coolest thing is that they break these funnels down based on category. So health and fitness, weight, marketing, like whatever. It breaks down the categories. And you go inside the categories and it ranks it based on what's selling the most today. Okay, so for example, when I took the screenshot, this was the health and fitness best-selling product right now. At the time I took this was the Venus Factor. I did this for about a year and a half, 2 years, I believe. I don't know if it's still #1 right now, but it's at the top. But, well, first off, that's how we find a successful sales funnel. I look at bank all the time because there's so many good funnels in there. The second question is, how do you know how much money they're making? Okay, now there's a couple of tricks. One thing I do a lot of times, I'll call the company up and I'll get one of the reps on the phone. I'm like, man, you guys are killing that. I see you guys everywhere. I'm gonna buy right now. I'm just curious, how many of these things are you guys selling? And like 9 times out of 10, the customer support agent will be like, yeah, we average about 3,000 sales a day. And I do the math and I realize how much money they're making. So that's one way, is by doing some covert operations and just calling them. Number 2 is just kind of guessing ballpark. So for example, Venus Factor, again, I don't know these guys. So I don't know how much money they make. I met the guy who wrote the copy, and he's awesome. But I've never met the owners of this offer. But I had a friend that prior to Venus Factor, he was the #1 spot in health and fitness and ClickBank. When he was there, he was making between $40,000 and $50,000 a day. Is that crazy? it makes some of my funnels look like I got training wheels on or something. And so Venus Factor, I would guess somewhere is in that range, 40 to 50 grand a day. And it's kind of funny. Last year I had a chance to go out to lunch with the owner and the CEO of ClickBank, and I asked these guys, I was like, and I do this thing that I probably shouldn't do, but I asked a Russell question. I was like, hey man, how much money is the Venus Factor making? He looks at me and says, Russell, we can't tell you that. I'm like, I know you can't, but let's just say you could. Like, how much do you think that would be? And he's like, I can't tell you, dude. And I was like, all right. Well, I'm just curious. Like, I was like, so-and-so's offer, when they were number one, they were about 40 or 50 grand a day. I was like, are they close to that? Is it more than that, less than that? And he kind of smiled and said, it's more than double that. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's over $100,000 a day. This one little website. Now, if you're going the health and fitness market, would it be worth your $47, whatever it is, to buy the product and funnel hack it and see what in the world they're doing? Heck yeah, it would. So guess what I did? I went and I funnel hacked it. I bought their product. I invested. I did what every good entrepreneur has to be good at doing. Pulled my wallet out of my pocket, pulled my credit card out, and I bought it. Okay, it was $47 for the first product. And when I got 143 videos. I got a PDF. I looked at what they were selling. Then the upsell was the $37 thing. Then they had a $79 upsell, $19.95. Those 4 pages, you guys, make them $100,000 a day. Okay, is that worth my $47 investment? Yeah, that's insane, huh? I don't care if you're selling any kind of info products, that'd be worth the investment just to see the process, so you guys have mastered it, right? So I buy their product. And after I bought it and I see this is what I need to create to be successful here, then I go and I sketch out their funnel, and this becomes a blueprint for what I'm going to create. All right, you guys, so that's secret number 1. I just showed you how to ethically steal over $1 million worth of funnel hacks from your competitors for under $100. How many of you guys got excited by that so far? All right, you guys are getting excited. All right, cool. With that said, let's move on now to secret number 2. Secret number 2. So now that we know the funnel we're going to create, I want to talk to you guys about funnel cloning. I'm going to show you how to then clone their proven funnel inside of ClickFunnels in less than 10 minutes, okay? Now, I take the funnel that I've sketched out. This is the blueprint of what I need to create, my business plan, okay? Now, in the past, what I would do is I would go call up my designers, my webmasters, my programmers, my analytics people. We'd have a meeting. I'd show them all the funnel we're going to funnel hack. Everyone would go to work, and 2 months later, we have a funnel we could launch. It was insane. Okay, that was the old, hard, expensive, painful way. What we do today is a little bit different because we've created something. It's a new way. It's a better way. It's a completely new opportunity for all of you guys, and it's through a tool we created called ClickFunnels. Now, before I show you guys this ClickFunnels demo, I want you to see a video of one of your fellow funnel hackers, someone who is just as excited, if not more so, about ClickFunnels than you. Some of you guys may have heard of him. His name is Garrett J. White, and I got a really quick video of him explaining how ClickFunnels has transformed his business. And I dare you not to get excited about ClickFunnels after you watch this short video.
Hello, my name is Garrett J. White, the Master Coach Mentor and founder of Wake Up Warrior Academy. And I will tell you this right now. We have tested with platforms. We have tested everything. I have attempted for the past 6 years to use every available software tool I could find that made it simpler for me to share my message. And it started with WordPress, and then it went plugins, and then OptimizePress, and then we went to Kajabi, and then we went to Lead Pages. And these are all wonderful. Know the owners of these guys. They're fantastic. The software tools are amazing. When ClickFunnels came out, I was like, dude, I cannot handle another software tool. I don't give a shit. We're just going to manage our stuff between Lead Pages and Kajabi. And then my friend said, just test it. Just try it out. And I went to ClickFunnels, and no bullshit. Like, every software increment over the last 5 years has been not a quantum shift in what you can do with the tool to get your message out to the marketplace. They've been incremental. So like, there's been a move from Kajabi to Lead Pages, or from OptimizePress to Kajabi, and they were these segmented steps that had slight improvements that made it easier. ClickFunnels, though, came out of nowhere. They took the marketplace by storm, just like Apple did when they first launched the iPhone. It was not a linear move anymore. It was a quantum move in improvement that'll open up a gap to allow people just like you watching this, people just like you and me, who are not technically savvy. We weren't born in the matrix, and we didn't have a chip implanted in our heads. We're not engineers or computer science majors, and we don't understand that stuff inherently. ClickFunnels gave you, my friend, an opportunity to cut and decrease the time of stress and anxiety and suffering behind a keyboard. Trust me, the days you want to just pound vodka and throw your Mac out the window because you can't figure shit out, ClickFunnels has brought it to a place that it is a quantum leap in opportunity, which allows you, just like the iPhone, to not only look smarter, but to feel smarter, and ultimately to only deal with the stuff that matters, which is getting your message about your product and your program and service out to the marketplace.
How many of you guys think that ClickFunnels is the most amazing customer support on planet?
You're spending all the time on suicide watch and having to check yourself into a hospital. And and honestly trying to deal with everything else that's come out before it. So I not only fully endorse ClickFunnels, it's the only software tool that we use when it comes to our funnels online across all 4 of my businesses. We're not going anywhere else. Love Russell. Love this event. This event married up to that software tool. You are a dumbass if you don't come, and that's okay. There's plenty of dumbasses on the planet. Just don't let it be you.
How many of you guys are excited now to see ClickFunnels? If you're half as excited about me, I want to hear it over here in the chat box and go crazy right now, you guys. All right. You guys are freaking out as much as I am. Awesome. Okay, so what I'll do right now is I want to show you guys ClickFunnels. I'm going to do a demo and we're going to build a funnel live together. The same funnel that if I would have looked at this funnel before ClickFunnels came out, I'm looking at a minimum of 2 months for me and my team of amazing designers and programmers to create. And we're going to do it together here in the next 10 minutes. You guys want to see that? All right, cool. So, and hopefully you guys, I know we're streaming live with still over 1,000 people. Nobody's dropping off, which is amazing. So it might be a little choppy, and I probably watch so you can see the ease and the you here inside your ClickFunnels account. Okay, so this is the inside ClickFunnels, and as you guys can probably tell right now, I'm super excited to show this to you. And before we get started, like if you were here in my office right now, and let's say you had hired me for consulting, the first thing we would do is we'd sit in front of a huge whiteboard and we map out what your sales funnel was going to look like. Now, obviously, you're not here in my office, unfortunately, but I want to pretend like we are. So what I did is I actually went ahead before and I mapped out what a typical sales funnel kind of looks like. So it starts here with the lead magnet, where you're going to go and get somebody's name and their email address, and then you transition over to a core offer. So that could be your product, your service, whatever it is you're selling. From there, we move over to our order form where they actually take the credit card in. Then from there, we've got our upsell, and then we have our thank you pages. So that's kind of a typical 5-step sales funnel that you can build really easily here inside of ClickFunnels. So the first step here when you're ready to create your sales funnel is you click on the button. The big orange button says add new funnel. So you click on that and it's going to pop up and give you the ability to create different types of funnels. So you could have funnels where you collect email addresses, or if you want to generate leads for your company, you create those kind of funnels. Or we have funnels that sell products, or we have funnels where you can do actual webinars. So if I click on the webinar button here, for example, it'll give me the ability where I can choose 2 different types of webinars. I can do a live webinar where I integrate with like GoToWebinar, or I can do an automated webinar replay, which are kind of cool. Or I can come back here if I want to sell a product. I choose that one. And there's different ways you can sell a product online. You can do it through a typical sales funnel, kind of like the one up above, or a product launch funnel, or if you want to do a membership site as well. So the funnel up here we kind of mapped out is a sales funnel. So I'm going to choose sales funnel. I click on that button, and then I just got to give this funnel a name. So I'm going to call it demo funnel, just so that I can find it. I'm just going to tag this one demo, and I click on build funnel. And when I do that, in the background, ClickFunnels will go and build all the pages in this funnel. So I got squeeze page, my sales page, my order form, my confirmation page, my thank you pages. Now you see this is kind of the sales funnel right here, and it's pretty similar to the one up top, right? But the reality is sometimes you're going to have different things in your sales funnels. It might not be exactly the same way that we give you in this template. Like for example, here we've got a squeeze page, then we have a sales page, then we have an order form, but we don't have an order confirmation page, right? So in this one, I'm just going to delete it because I don't need that step here. So I delete that page. But you notice we have a thank you page here, but I'm missing a page, right? I'm missing the OTO, the one-time offer. I'm missing the upsell. So because that page is not here, I'm going to add that page back in. So I'm going to come right here and type in OTO. So this is my upsell page. I'll create a funnel step, and now it'll add an upsell page here into that funnel, and I can kind of drag and drop and put it in the right space. So the first thing I do is I build the structure of the funnel to make sure it maps the structure we have kind of mapped out on the whiteboard. Now I'm going to go into each individual page now and design the pages. So first is the squeeze page. So I pick the squeeze page, and I got to pick what kind of template I want. There's tons of templates in here. Every day we're adding new designs and a whole bunch of just really cool things. So you can pick any template you like, or it's also really, really, really easy to build one from scratch. But for this example, I'm just going to pick one of these pages right here. So I'll pick this one. It's kind of cool. I click on select template, and it'll make this my actual squeeze page that looks awesome. It looks amazing. Now I need to come in here and it. Now you can see here on the people who visited the website, how many contacts we got, and what our conversion rates are. And so you see at really quick glance exactly what's happening in this funnel. Or you can click right here and you can actually set up a split test as well. In the past, it was really difficult to set up split tests here in marketing online, but now it's so simple. I click on a button, it either clones the page and I can make a split test really quick, or I can design a whole entire new page from scratch. All right, so now I dive into the editor. Now, this is where I actually edit the page, and this is so simple. You'll see that it's just kind of clicking and dragging and dropping. And so the first step here is I'm going to change the headline. So I'm typing my headline. I type in "Get my cool thing now." So boom, there's my headline, and I can make it bigger or smaller if I want. And that's kind of simple, right? Most page editors can do that, but check out what most page editors can't do. I can grab this, and let's say I want to move it. I can just drag it. I can drop it, and boom, that fast, it moves to a whole new spot. Isn't that awesome? And I can come here, I can change the size, and I can make it look a little bit better. Okay, but not only can I drag and drop things, I can also add things really easily. So if I hover over anything, I click on this little plus button, it gives me the ability to add a whole bunch of stuff. I can add headlines and images and videos and buttons and countdown clocks and Facebook shares and sign up forms and tons and tons and tons of elements I can add in just seconds. I can add progress bars, like it's crazy, all the cool things I can add. So I'm gonna add a video really quick. I click on video and boom, that fast, there's a video on the page. Wasn't that simple? I didn't need to hire a programmer. I just clicked on a button and boom, there's a video now. Now, if you want, I can rearrange the size of this page. I'm gonna make this one a little wider. Okay, it looks a little goofy right now, so let me change a couple things. Maybe if I change, I'm gonna add 2 columns here, and I'm gonna drag and drop this video to the left-hand column. Now that looks kind of cool. And I'm gonna drag that form up there, and now quick, I'm making this page look however I want. So I'm gonna change the headline a little bit. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I'm gonna change this right here. And do you guys see how simple this is? Like I'm just clicking around, changing things until it looks awesome, and then boom, there you go, there's my page. Okay, so now the page is done. Maybe I'm not in love with the background color, so I can really quickly click up here, go on background settings, and I can change out the background. I can put in an entirely different image. I can put in a video back there if I want. I can do a bunch of really cool things just by clicking a couple buttons on my mouse. So I'm gonna add this image right here, and boom, check out how awesome that page looks now. That is now my own squeeze page that I designed with no techie guys, no programmers, no nothing. Now I'm gonna come and add a couple other cool things to show you how easy it is. I'm gonna add a progress bar. And check it out, I added a progress bar. Does that look cool? Now I can also come back and let's say I wanna move the progress bar. I can drag it, I can drop it, and there you go. I'm gonna add a countdown clock. Countdown clock's one of my favorite things to increase conversions. So I'm gonna add a countdown clock right here and check it out. There's a countdown clock now. Now that page literally took me, what, 2 or 3 minutes to build, and it's finished. Now I'm gonna come back in here and go to page number 2, which is my sales page. And I do the same thing on the sales page as on the squeeze page. I come scroll through here, I find a template that I love the design of, I pick it, and then I log in and I just edit it. Like that's it, you guys. You find a template you love, you select it, you log in, you edit it, you drag, you drop, you click around, and boom, you make the page your page. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's, it can become yours. Is that exciting? Now, I'm not gonna dive in and actually edit the sales page because you guys have kind of seen how that works. It's not that difficult of a process. You just go page by page now and actually just drag and drop and make it look exactly the way you want it. Now I'm gonna go to the order form. That's the 3rd page here in this process. And I'm gonna show you this one because in the past, order forms were really, really difficult. We always had tech guys who'd come in and they would set up an order form and then like, I'd wanna move something, I'd move an image and I tell them to move it and then they would do it and they would just completely break the form and stop working or just all sorts of issues. And so I wanna show you how simple it is to do an order form. So I click on a template I like, same way before. It shows me the visitors, the contacts, how many sales, what our conversion rates are, all in this one dashboard here, which is really cool. And now I'm gonna come down and actually go and again, I can set up split tests on my order forms if I want, which is kind of cool. So I'm gonna dive in this order form and I'm gonna start editing it. Now, a couple of things is if you don't have a shopping cart right now, you can use, ClickFunnels has its own internal shopping cart. So you can just use it and it just works. But I know some of you guys, you currently work with companies like Infusionsoft or Ontraport, right? So if you are using Infusionsoft or Ontraport, one of the biggest headaches I have with them is that their order forms don't look like this, right? This order form looks amazing. Their order forms are pretty bad. And order forms, what I found is like the biggest way to decrease conversions is have bad order forms. It's crazy. What's cool about this is that if you're using Infusionsoft, we integrate with them. So all you do is you plug in your API keys and boom, it'll pull everything into this amazing looking form and you can design it any way you want. You can throw your logos on like I just did. I can drag and drop things around and it's not gonna break it no matter how hard I try. I can even put the button on top, which makes no sense, but I can do that and it wouldn't screw things up.